Historically, investors have always used gold as a hedging instrument, which means if there's a fall in stock market or if there is hyperinflation in the country where the currency loses its value, then gold can come handy due to its internationally accepted value. But there is a new revolution in last 12 years that has taken the world by storm. It is Bitcoin. The rise of Bitcoin in last 12 years can be measured with the fact that total market cap of Bitcoin jumped from zero to more than $1 trillion. That is 100 lakh crore. Before it got corrected almost 40% from its peak to current levels of $800 billion. All that in just 12 years. Crazy, isn't it? And many people alternately call Bitcoin as digital gold. In fact, Bank of Singapore has mentioned that cryptocurrency has the potential to partially replace gold as a store of value. But of course, before that happens, cryptocurrency would have to overcome many hurdles. So in this video, we'll try to understand if Bitcoin and cryptocurrency can partially replace gold or not. But before we even come to that, we'll first try to understand the history of gold. Why gold has become an integral part of our life and why paper currency was introduced. And then we'll try to understand why Bitcoin was created. Finally, we'll compare the pros and cons of Bitcoin and gold to conclude if Bitcoin can replace gold or not. Alright, let's get started. Gold has been an integral part of our life for thousands of years. It holds immense value. For example, gold as a jewelry signifies love and emotion. In fact, in India, gold is considered auspicious and it is part of many rituals. Then gold has been a brilliant tool for investors to diversify their money and a great hedging instrument against inflation. For manufacturers, gold has usage in various luxurious items, be it a golden smartphone or a golden car. Now the usage of gold dates back to thousands of years ago. But the question is, why gold? Why not iron, bronze, silver or any other metal? Why does gold hold the maximum value? So there are multiple reasons. First of all, gold doesn't corrode like iron. It means gold doesn't lose its value. So you can pass on gold from generation to generation. Then gold can be easily melted and given a new shape. Then unlike your silver or platinum, gold has limited industrial usage. So you are not taking away a valuable industrial commodity for trading. Plus, unlike your platinum or uranium or other rare metals, gold is available in enough supply to be used across the world. At the same time, gold is not unlimited to dilute its value. So there is a limited supply but enough to be used across the world. And let's be honest, the bright yellow appearance of gold is mesmerizing. So due to all these benefits, gold has been accepted globally and over thousands of years, gold has built trust in the society. And that is exactly the reason why gold commands such a high value. But then gold had its own challenges, due to which the paper currency was introduced. So let's have a look at the introduction of paper currency. Due to all the benefits were discussed for gold, it had been used as a currency for centuries. While gold had many benefits, one of the biggest problems with gold was inconvenience. For example, it was not convenient to carry gold every time people wanted to buy something. Moreover, it was not possible to break the gold easily. Paper currency solved this problem where people could carry these currencies easily and there were different denominators available to buy stuff. And eventually, every country launched its own paper currency. Since paper currency was launched by the governments, it became a legal tender and a widely accepted medium of exchange. You would be surprised to know that while gold has been adopted as a currency thousands of years ago, paper currency has a history of only a few hundred years. But paper currency became mainstream due to multiple advantages over gold and government backing. But paper currency had one major problem. You can print infinite paper currency. And uncontrolled printing could even result in hyperinflation where the currency could lose its value to an extent that it become worthless. For example, we have seen cases in Zimbabwe and Venezuela where the paper currency became worthless and you would need a sack of paper currency to buy a packet of milk or bread. Hence, government all over the world keep a gold reserve as gold supply is limited and gold is accepted all over the world. So if tomorrow the paper currency loses value, they have the backing of gold. Now the question is, when everything was working fine with paper currency like your dollar, rupee, pound, etc., then why was Bitcoin even created? So during 2008-2009, the world was hit by a global recession due to the housing bubble burst. In that recession, Lehman Brothers, which was one of the oldest banks in the US, declared bankruptcy. And people started questioning the role of financial institution as an intermediary. And Bitcoin was introduced as a decentralized currency where the idea was that the money transfer from one person to another should not be controlled by bank. It used a path-breaking technology called blockchain that made Bitcoin transaction transparent and secure. And since 2008, Bitcoin has come a long way, creating huge wealth for its early adopters. In fact, Bitcoin continued to gain widespread acceptance across the globe. Even Tesla has invested $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. So as the adoption of Bitcoin would continue to increase, there would be more and more demand for Bitcoin that would result in rise of Bitcoin prices. By the way, you can trade in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency from India using platforms like Coinswitch Kuber. Now let's try to understand the pros and cons of gold versus Bitcoin. Gold is regulated, whereas Bitcoin is not regulated yet. So in many countries, you can't cross border without regulatory permission to carry gold. Then while investing in gold, you can only purchase from registered dealers and brokers. But we don't have a regulation around Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in India yet. Although cryptocurrency regulation is expected to happen soon in India. Government has already imposed a taxation of 30% on cryptocurrency. So a lot of people were speculating that cryptocurrency can be banned in India. But now that government has taxed cryptocurrency, it doesn't look like government would ban it. So on one side, this is a good news for crypto investors in India. But on the other hand, 30% tax on crypto is quite painful. Next, gold has high utility, whereas Bitcoin has limited utility. Gold has historically been used in many applications, including currency, luxury item, specialized application in dentistry, electronics, and much more. This cross-functional utility has given gold its ability to maintain value when other assets fall. But Bitcoin so far has limited utility. Although some companies and countries have started to accept Bitcoin to buy products and services. Moreover, there's an emerging financial technology whose concept is to use cryptocurrency for financial transaction called decentralized finance, that is DeFi. Bitcoin has utility in this emerging tech as a form of lending, borrowing, and possibly many more usage. So that is an interesting space to watch. Next, gold prices are more stable, whereas Bitcoin prices are more volatile. Volatility has been a key concern for Bitcoin as its price fluctuates a lot. So for Bitcoin to gain acceptance, it should have enough liquidity to reduce the volatility. Next, gold is accepted by central banks as a currency, whereas Bitcoin is not yet accepted by central banks. Gold has been accepted globally by every country where the central bank holds gold reserves as a hedge against economic instability. For example, in 1991, when India faced a serious balance of payment crisis, India had to pledge 67 tons of gold to Union Bank of Switzerland and Bank of England. At that time, gold reserves came handy. But that is not the case with Bitcoin yet. Also, gold can come handy in case of hyperinflation where the currency loses its value. Although Bitcoin has some advantages over gold. The biggest advantage is convenience. For example, gold requires a physical space for storage, whereas Bitcoin doesn't need a physical storage. Then you can transfer Bitcoin from anywhere in the world within a few seconds without involving any bank as intermediate. And of course, since Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency uses blockchain technology, the transactions are transparent as well as secured. Due to this, Bitcoin is gaining popularity, especially among the millennials that prefer Bitcoin due to its convenience, and hence accepting Bitcoin as digital gold rather than owning the physical gold as a hedge against inflation. If not completely, many investors are diversifying a small part of their money in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in order to diversify their investment using platforms like Coinswitch Kuber that help you buy and sell Bitcoin and various other cryptocurrency with a few clicks. Coinswitch Kuber is one of the leading platforms in India, trusted by 1.5 crore Indians for cryptocurrency trading. Last year, Coinswitch became the 30th Indian unicorn with a valuation of more than $1 billion. It is backed by some top investors like Sequoia Capital, Tiger Global, Coinbase, and so on. So in this video, we discussed why gold has been an important part of our life. Then we discussed the introduction of paper currency and then the introduction of Bitcoin and how Bitcoin market has jumped manifold times in last few years. Then we discussed the key difference between gold and Bitcoin. Now if you ask me, Bitcoin can't completely replace gold. Gold holds an immense value for centuries and will continue to hold the value. In future, Whether Bitcoin will partially replace physical gold would depend upon factors like regulation of cryptocurrency, stability in price movement, and greater adoption of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. By the way, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency adoption is increasing, and many institutions are looking at Bitcoin as a hedging instrument against inflation risk similar to gold. But before you invest your money in cryptocurrency, remember that cryptocurrencies are very volatile. So make sure that you do your own research before buying and selling them. So what is your take on Bitcoin versus gold? Can Bitcoin partially replace gold or not? Let me know in the comments. Also tell me, do you hedge your investment with small allocation in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency or not? I hope you'll find this video useful. I'll see you in next video. Till then, take care.